Kara with Ice Cream for Buttercream, and today I have something a little bit different for you. It's a chocolate rum cake with a kick. So you might think that rum would be just enough of a kick, but no, we go an extra step further, and I'm adding just a little bit of cayenne pepper. I know, don't panic. It's not going to make the cake hot. It won't be like you're eating a cake made from hot sauce or something like that. It's just going to give a little bit of added spice to it, and it works beautifully with the chocolate and the rum. Just trust me. If you don't really like cayenne, you don't even like the idea of adding a little bit, it's okay. I'm not going to be mad at you. Just omit it and it's still going to taste great. So if you're feeling a little bit adventurous and you want to try out something a little new, then I say go for it. So let's get on to the recipe.
In your mixing bowl, add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And you're going to add 1 cup of cocoa, 1 cup of just plain white sugar, and 1 cup of packed brown sugar, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and the secret ingredient for the kick is a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Just mix that all up really well. And in another bowl, add 3 whole eggs, 3/4 cup of vegetable oil, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and a half a cup of spiced rum, and I used Captain Morgan. Just whisk that up really well. Then you're going to pour that into your dry mixture. Mix well on medium, and don't forget to scrape down the sides of your bowl. And once that's all incorporated, you're going to add in 3/4 of a cup of hot coffee or hot water if you don't want to add the coffee. And then just make sure that's mixed up really well. Don't forget to scrape down the sides of your bowl. And make sure that your pan is greased very well and floured. And I just used cocoa powder to flour my pan. I got that tip from a comment on my blog, and it really worked very well. And you're going to bake at 325 degrees for about 45 to 50 minutes, and then make sure to cool it on a rack. Meanwhile, you can prepare your rum glaze, and just melt a half a cup of butter. Make sure that's all melted. Take it off of the heat, and when you take it off of the heat, you're going to add in the half a cup of rum, and you can set it back on the heat and make sure it's all melted really well. And after your cake has cooled for probably about half an hour or so, then you can start adding your glaze to it. And I just did mine in 2 parts. Add your glaze, wait for a minute for that to soak in pretty well, and then you can add a second layer of glaze all over it. And while you're letting your glaze soak in, you can work on the chocolate drizzle. And for that, we're just adding 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate into a saucepan, and you can use a double boiler if you want. I just kept my heat on low, so it worked out just fine. I'm just adding in some tablespoons of cream or milk, mixing it up. And you're just going to add enough milk just to make it a drizzle consistency. I probably added, I don't know, 5 tablespoons, maybe about 1/4 of a cup of cream or milk. And just make sure that it's mixed very well, and that it's a drizzle consistency. Once you get that done, you can just drizzle on your cake. And I just like to use a squeeze bottle to do this. It just makes it really easy to drizzle onto your cake. It makes it pretty. And I hope you really enjoy this chocolate rum cake with a kick. And if you like this video, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. Okay, see you next time.